The Prayer Flag Bride. In the shadow of the mighty Himalayas above Kathmandu in 1904, the highest ridge overlooking the valley was consecrated not by stone, but by color. This was the work of Sita, a weaver whose hands were as skilled with silk and wool as they were with prayer. For her village's protection, she dedicated her life to tying lungta, prayer flags, onto the ancient ropes strung between the mountain peaks. The prayer flags were a tapestry of Dharma, blue for sky, white for air, red for fire, green for water, and yellow for earth. Each knot Sita tied was a silent prayer, sending goodwill on the wind, a task as lonely as it was sacred. One brutal winter, when the ascent was treacherous and the air burned the lungs, a young monk named Dorje from the nearby monastery was tasked with assisting her. He was disciplined, quiet, and bound by vows of brahmacharya. His face, perpetually serene, held the peace of long meditation. Working side by side, their existence distilled to the essentials: the rasp of rope, the cold bite of the mountain, the rhythmic snap of the cloth in the gale. Dorje could not speak of the world, and Sita had few words to spare. But in the necessity of their shared labor, a love was born, a quiet, crystalline thing that defied the boundaries of their respective worlds. Dorje never touched her hand unnecessarily, but he would choose the warmest spot for her to rest. Sita never spoke his name, but she would leave him the thickest shawl when she packed up her tools. When the sun dipped, painting the peaks in impossible hues of violet and gold, they would look out together. Their eyes, meeting over the miles of frozen space, exchanged conversations that needed no vowels or consonants. Their love was the space between the flags, a silence so profound it was its own kind of devotion. The spring thaw brought both life to the valley and an end to Sita's quiet service. She fell ill suddenly, a fever that the local healers could not break. When the news reached the monastery, Dorje's world did not tremble. It simply froze. His vows held him captive in a silence that was now agony, preventing him from rushing down the slopes, from uttering the prayer that truly lived in his heart. He performed his duties, recited his sutras, but his spirit was on the mountaintop, watching the colors fade from the ridge. The day she passed, the whole valley seemed to mourn in unison. But Dorje's grief was a private mountain he had to climb. That night, defying the monastery's regulations, he crept to the highest peak. He carried no scripture, no incense, only a single, newly dyed white flag he had woven secretly from the finest raw silk. Beneath the enormous cold gaze of the stars, Dorje did not weep. Instead, he took the deepest concentration he possessed and poured it into the black ink he used for the inscription. His hand, so practiced in the elegant curves of sacred text, now wrote a dedication of pure, unsecular love. He wrote the words that his vow had silenced, the only promise he could now offer her soul. May love that cannot be spoken fly higher than words. He tied the flag gently, not to the main rope, but to the small, sturdy cord Sita herself had last affixed, placing his devotion not among the hundreds, but directly beside hers. The years turned, and Dorje returned to his disciplined life, carrying the memory of Sita like a hidden jewel. But the villagers who looked up at the prayer flags noted a curious phenomenon. When the massive, unpredictable winds sweep down from the high Himalayan passes, sending every strip of cloth into a frenzy, they say two flags always catch the current first. They flutter instantly, a small synchronized dance that precedes the movement of all the others. The locals call them the lover flags. They believe it is Dorje's final message and Sita's last prayer, inextricably bound. The physical distance of their lives and the silence of their vows could not sever their connection. The prayer flags, once meant to carry the monk's words to the heavens, now carry the highest form of love, a devotion that required no voice, only the pure, eternal breath of the mountain wind.